Welcome to the Thanksgiving edition of the Shades Cahaba Oral History Project. I'm your host, Sean Wright. It's the time of the year to be thankful, and I'm thankful that you have taken the time to listen and support the Shades Cahaba Oral History Project. Now, when I started the podcast, I didn't have any special plans for a Thanksgiving episode until I spoke with Principal Sue Grogan. During our talk, she shared with me a Thanksgiving memory from her time at Shades Cahaba, and I wanted to share that with you. I'll let Sue take it from here.
One of my favorite times of the year, personally, is Thanksgiving. That's just my favorite holiday, and I love the whole feeling of being grateful for blessings. Dr. Cleveland came up with a wonderful idea for the Homewood schools to honor our community helpers during that season of Thanksgiving. He asked Shades Cahaba to be the first school to do this. So on the week before the Thanksgiving holidays, we sent out invitations to everyone who worked in the community helping us, such as the first responders and fire department and the police department, our city council, government, street and sanitation workers, anybody that helped us. We asked them to come and join us for our Thanksgiving meal. We did ask for reservations so that we would kind of have an idea of how many would come. I asked our children to help host and hostess our visitors. So I had a whole group of kids from kindergarten through 5th grade that would be in the lobby waiting for the guests to come through. A school lunch line can be a little confusing, but even if you have a 5-year-old with you, they can show you how to do it and how to go through it. So
did they have to know their number when they got to the end?
They didn't have to know their number because they were our guests. Thanks to the PTO. They funded this for us. And then we also set up an area, a luncheon area in our media center. But I also had the children who met them go ahead and get their lunch so that they could sit and eat with our guests. One of my favorite stories of the first time that we did that, we did it several times when I was there, but the first time I had a kindergartner come and ask me, can I take my guest back to my room? I want to introduce him to my friends. And I said, if he has time, and if he would like to, of course you may. He was one of our street and sanitation workers. And of course, nobody went home and got dressed for this. They
Right.
came in their work clothes. And I believe he had even brought the truck because that was, he didn't have a long period of time for lunch. So the truck was sitting out in the driveway. So he goes back to the kindergarten class and talks about his job, and the kids are fascinated. They've never talked to someone who helped us with our trash control, and he described the truck. I believe I remember they even went out and took a look at it, and and he made it move as they move a bit. Well, out of that came a wonderful friendship of this little boy and the gentleman who happened to have the route where the little boy lived. And there were stories throughout the years of how, especially in the summer, the kiddo could sit on his front steps and wait for him to come by, and they would speak and say
great.
Hello. Is that a meal from the lunchroom? Yes, but oh my goodness, so much richer than just the food on the plate. It was the time of enjoying that meal with a new friend.
All right, you get a gold star
favorite.
for that answer. That was a good one. Thanks for listening to this Thanksgiving episode of the Shades Cahaba Oral History Project. Now, we're going to take next week off, which is Thanksgiving week. We'll be back with a couple of episodes in December, and then we're going to take off for Christmas and New Year's. We'll be back in January with new episodes. Speaking of episodes, we're looking for more stories to share, and I need your help in finding these stories. We're looking for teachers, administrators, alumni, and anyone else with a connection to Shades Cahaba who might have a story to tell. You've heard the kind of stories I'm looking for. Maybe it's yours. I'm also looking for people with historical knowledge of Edgewood, Hall Kent, and Rosedale schools. I'd like to share the history of these schools in special episodes during 2020. Now you can find my contact information at shadescahabahistory.com. There's a link that will take you straight to email on the front page. Want to help support the podcast? Visit SeanWrightArt.com and pick up Shades Cahaba History gear. There are shirts, hoodies, mugs, and other items for sale. The proceeds go to help us produce and host this podcast.